In this video, we're going to take a quick look at using Stem Splitter in Logic Pro 11. So I've got this song in here. This is Bring It On by Seal from 1994, I believe. So we're going to take a quick listen to the first part of this, and then we'll get into Stem Splitter.
Bring it on!
So the reason I chose this song to demonstrate this is because the vocal has a lot of different effects on it. And other than that, the song is relatively simple, so it could be a fairly good breakdown.
First I didn't have the will.
But you'll hear the vocal has some delay that kind of comes in and out.
Illusions in my mind. Like that picture when you feel you can't go on. Like you've been left behind. Life goes on now.
So we'll use Stem Splitter here. We'll see how good of a job it does breaking apart all those affected vocals and the rest of the track. So we select the region, we go up to Functions, and we go to Stem Splitter. This will ask if we want to do vocals, drums, bass, or other, and we can uncheck them if we don't want these stems. It will always keep the original and just mute it for you, so you don't have to worry about damaging the original in any way. It's just basically asking you, we're going to keep the original, but which stems would you like us to extrapolate from that original? If I hit the little question mark, I can learn a lot more about how Stem Splitter works. There it is. So let's go ahead and split. Now what this is going to do, like I said, is going to keep the original. Notice how it muted the original. It didn't mute the track. It muted the original up here. It muted the actual region, which you can always do by right-clicking and going to mute or Control-M right there. It took the 4 stems and it put them into a track stack, which you can collapse and open with this little triangle right over here. I can turn up and down the entire group like this. I can apply effects to the entire group over here, and then I can do the same for each individual stem. So let's take a listen to the vocal here, and we'll see how good of a job it did.
First I didn't have the will to carry on. Illusions in my mind. Like that picture when you feel you can't go on. Like you've been left behind. Life goes on now. Take me to that funky place where you and I were born.
Pretty awesome. So we've got a vocal from Seal just separated out with the delays and the reverbs, and there's also like a little bit of a phaser in there as well. But that sounds really nice. You can hear there are some slight artifacts, but for something like this that's included in the software, it's more than acceptable, I'd say. Let's take a listen to the drums. Let's go a little bit later when it gets a little bit more busy over here. Yeah, very cool. Let's take a listen to the bass. Bass could use a little work, but this is a pretty funky sounding bass to begin with, so it's got some very low stuff in there, and it interacts a lot with the low end of the kick drum. Let's listen to the other. Let's say this part's pretty quiet. Yeah, so we've got some guitars and synth in there. Over here. Yep, just more of it. The big part of the song is over here. Very cool. So you can see how you can really do a lot of damage in here in terms of cutting this apart and doing all kinds of different things. You can also just do a really simple sort of remix where, if you did just this one and this one.
First I didn't have the will to carry on. Illusions in my mind. Like that picture when you feel,
Or maybe just drums
when
and
you
vocal.
feel you can't go on. Like you've been left behind.
Or that, like a karaoke track, the whole thing without the vocal. Or maybe a little bit of vocal as a guide.
Like that picture when you feel you can't go on. Like you've been left behind.
Super cool. So this is Stem Splitter in Logic Pro 11. Give it a try.